title, motherfuck. Alright, man. I don't even know if I could. I know I can't change the thumbnail. I'm gonna change this shit real quick. I'm not about to. Anyway, hold up. While I'm at this shit, I'm not gonna reboot. Welcome back, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Another episode of Black, nigga. It's been a minute. I don't know how good that felt, how good that sounded. I'm gonna watch on the playback. But yeah, it's been like almost a month since I went live, so I'm gonna just act like I've been here. You know what I'm saying? Back like I never left. Technically, I haven't. I've been posting videos, not as often as I want to. The downside, I feel like about recording live, like I'll be recording those commentaries as I'm like playing. Some people like will do it over like gameplay as a voiceover type shit, and I don't do that, which will like have my audio fucked up. Like, you know, one I'm trying to get out right now actually, but it's just like it's a lot. Anyways, yeah, I'm just gonna go live for a little bit. I'm trying to get this done though. Like I just said, it's the title of my last stream, and I don't want niggas to think that's like, you know, me. I don't know why it just had me like go live without me like changing the title. I was trying to go back, it didn't give me an option for that, so it's kind of ass. Hold up. Hope I've been straight. Now I'm saying straight out the gate. Should have said that first and foremost, but oh no, not even my dashboard. Am I still on the shit? Nope, I'm not. Damn, whole time. Hold up, that's me. Customized channel, how about that? It's still taking me here, but I'm on the shit though. Hold up. Let me get right. But yeah, I would play another game besides this. I was gonna buy one last night, Walking Dead actually, but I don't know yet. I don't know if I'm gonna go through with that just cause everybody played The Walking Dead. That's really what's holding me back from it. Everybody's played that game, but I haven't played it though. I ain't told my story yet, Nick. Now here, we gonna ignore this exhibit. I was already over here yesterday. That shit kind of boof. There's one that there's probably everybody. Hold on. Yeah, there's one that there's probably like everybody in the city's going to. Yeah, I mean there's some over there right now. This one. I don't think anybody down here or this one that I'm at. Yeah, there's like 2 niggas, 3 niggas. I don't even go. I shouldn't even count that other one. But watch out, boy. Who around me? You don't want that now. I'll roll in your ass, boy, real quick, nigga. Ah. Going too, bro. I ain't fucking with it. There's a lot about this game I don't fuck with. I just like to skate. I just come over here to skate. I got the same clothes I got since I got it. I ain't gonna lie. Once they gave me these, I unlocked these pants and the shirt and the helmet. I got this early, and the socks and the shoes. I ain't change it. I could switch it up if I want to, but I ain't even worry about it. Fuck, man, I can't even change the title of the fucking live. I might. Wait. Hold up. Psych, nigga. I'm like, yo, I'm tripping. I'm over here looking at videos. It's a live. I ain't went live in that long. So the category fucked me up. There we go. Hold up. I need that pencil. Where that? Pause. Whoa. I'm looking for the icon though. Oh, there we go. There we go. What do I name this? Nigga. Fuck it. Yeah. Ah, shit, bud. Fuck. I'm gonna do a couple tricks. I'm gonna talk my shit. I was gonna talk about something, but this fucking me up at the start. You know what I mean? Got my brain on halt, but hold on. Damn, I gotta type in one letter at a time. They got me fucked up, bro. Like, every time I type in a word, not even a word, every letter I type, the keyboard swipes down. What the fuck, bro? And that boy inside the bus half. Oh my goodness, I gotta do like the swipey. There we go. Jesus Christ. Where's the yeah, I gotta do the swipey shit. Oh my goodness, don't tell me that. I'm about to say, if I switch keyboards, it's gonna do it soon, nigga. Shit ass. Alright, we're done. Fuck, like, I don't know why it's just doing this weird shit. I decided to go live. Oh, I can't even save it? What else I gotta do? Change the description? I'm gonna just take out the cash app. How about that? I bet you'll save them, right? Oh, nope. Okay. Oh, I got it. Oops. Fuck. No, I'm gonna say not made for kids. I said so many cuss words since I started this. Anyway. Alright. It should save. That should save. I know niggas remember that old title, so fuck it. I'm gonna leave this open too until I'm done streaming, because I don't know if it's gonna like revert back to the original title if I close out of that. I'm not going. Oh, never mind. It's already up. All right, bet, nigga. We live. Fuck, that was such a rocky beginning, in my opinion. Oh shit! You see that? You see that? I could name this God, but I ain't been live frequently enough to keep the little streak going, showing y'all my progress. You know what I'm saying? I almost got those reverts down. I almost. Hold up, I gotta. Let me get back in my zone now. Hold on. I feel like Kanye. Nigga, don't let me get in my zone. Y'all saying coming for the throne. Hit him with me long. Hold up. Niggas, they be clones. Oh shit. Whoa. Hold up. There we go. Come on now. I like you know where we at. But yeah. I might redo my little breakdown while I'm thinking of something else. Because there was something I wanted to talk about on here. And it's just like, I don't know why my ideas are so fleeting. Like, I'll have it in my mind for a second. And then like 5 minutes later, I'm like, yo, what the fuck was I thinking about? Deadass. Like, I'd be struggling with that shit. It's bad. It's sad. But regardless. I'm gonna redo my little breakdown since it's a little quieter on this game. Hold on, let me adjust my level too so I got like the appropriate volume. But yo, so I watched The Devil's Advocate like 2 days ago, right? Which that was made in like 1997. So you know, it's pretty old. That's like, if my math is correct, like 25 years old, 23, 28. I don't know. It's pretty old though, but it's still a good movie in my opinion. It was free on YouTube, so I watched that. You know what I'm saying? Because if it's for free, it's for me. That's what they say, right? So I watched that movie, and it wasn't bad. Isaiah White, the antagonist? Fuck, I'm getting... Alright, let's focus. But the antagonist of him standing behind the main character, it was very similar to, you know, The Devil's Advocate. So I was like, okay, I might want to check that movie out, see if there's some similarity there, you know? I wanted to see if my theory was correct, and... It was pretty close, but like not entirely the same. I'm gonna give it like a brief synopsis. There will be spoilers. I don't give a fuck. This movie, like I said, it was made in 1997. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. Anyways, this movie is about a lawyer who has never lost a case. Right? Beginning of the movie, he's on a 63 win streak, never losing a case, bruh. So. He's on his 64th. He's in court, and he's defending a PDF file. This is one of the cases he's dealing with against a middle schooler who is claiming the teacher did some crazy shit to him, right? So, boom. The girl who's at the stand, right? She testifies. She tells her testimony, telling what happened, how it happened, what he said, what she did, or what he did to her, type shit, you know, like... Yeah, he had her shooken up pretty much. And after she told her testimony, the lawyer called for a recess. He was like, yo, I gotta go to the bathroom, nigga. Like, I can't, hold on, I'll be right back. And the judge is like, alright, I'll allow it. Whoa! The internet connection quality is currently not sufficient enough to broadcast gameplay. Yo, I'm the only one here. They better fix that. I'm the only one at the house. What the fuck you talking about? Anyways, I'm gonna just keep going. I'm pretty sure they can still hear me. But, I gotta see what it is on my phone while I say anyway. Bro, so he goes to the bathroom. He's like, oh, yeah, I gotta go. This is like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't feeling right about it, obviously, if you get the context clues of that. But it was crazy because, you know, before he even steps out of the courtroom, the PDF file he's defending, he's like, yo, you said you would get me right, you know what I'm saying? He's like, yo, you never lost a case. Don't lose now. Because obviously, if he lost that case, he's losing his job, going to prison, all that. So, boom. The main character goes in the bathroom, takes a piss, whatever, washes his face, washing his hands. He's having a little, like, everything bath in the bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And some guy, it's unclear who he is, like, what significance he plays, but I guess he knows the main character somehow. or knows of him, because he was like, well, yeah, we all were betting that this would be your last case, or yeah, this would be the case you lose. And he was kind of like picking at his pride a little bit, you could tell, because he's like, you know, you can't lose this tonight or lose this today. So on his way out, I didn't say this in my first breakdown, but the dude who had said that, before he walked out, he gives him a little smirk, and then he like kind of sucks his teeth. He's like, you know what I'm saying, type shit like that. He just gives him that, and then boom, out. And now any man, right, any man with balls knows that whenever somebody plays with your pride like that, somebody plays just with you, your intelligence in your face, that type of blatant disrespect is obviously gonna make you. It's like subtle manipulation without it looking like manipulation. It looks like he's being bold enough to disrespect you, but really he's pushing you to make a decision you don't want to do. Because the reason, like I said, he called that recess, obviously because he's like, damn, if I testify against this little girl, if I help this PDF file win, not only am I disregarding her, but I'm also disregarding a part of myself that feels bad about this. But that dude who said that, after he left the bathroom, Keanu Reeves, who plays this lawyer, as he looks himself in the mirror, he gives this really creepy, like, it's like the movie Smile. He just looks at himself and just smiles big as fuck. And then he walks back into the courtroom, and he starts grilling this little girl. So this girl, I think, is in middle school, and is accusing her teacher of molesting her. I don't know if I can say that on YouTube. It's crazy. I'm talking about real shit. They probably gonna ban my shit, but yeah, this little girl is accusing her teacher of molesting her, and this dude is defending a PDF file, bringing up how, you know, she's been to parties before, she's made fun of the teacher before, so what would make this valid, you know? He was pretty much saying, how do we know she's not just making this up type shit? He's giving that energy, right? And it starts to get a little heated in the court, because there's obviously people in the jury who's like, yo, like, that's a little girl, what you talking about? And then there's other people who agree. It gets all out of hand. And then what's his name, the honor, whoever, the judge, he's like, order type shit. He hits the hammer, bam, nigga, and he's like, all right, we gonna let this go till tomorrow. So boom, you don't know what happens. They celebrate because there's a party afterwards. Oh, I guess I'm skipping ahead, my fault. But like, you literally don't know what happens until like it skips to another scene the next day. Him and his wife are at home, or who we soon to find out is his wife, and we find out that he wins. But it's like, I don't think I'm making that part up though, because it was definitely before they got home. I didn't know who this blonde chick was until they were at the house. So I think they literally went to party like they knew they were gonna win. He gets this deal to go up to New York to be a lawyer for other clients that he never met. It's obviously for a company he doesn't know about. He's a Florida boy, Southern boy going up to the north. So yeah, they find out though after he gets his offer to go up to New York that he won. So this is his 64th case that he won, defending a PDF file, right? And this was the turn into his dark path, because before he even goes, you know, he's checking in with his mom, who's a church goer. She's a church mom, so he sees her at church, he finds her, and he's just coming to let her know. Obviously she doesn't approve, because she's like, obviously you're going amongst the wolves now, you're going amongst the demons, where the demons, we know where they inhabit, you know, you're going in their realm. So, you know, she's warning him, and he's just he's just so, oh, you clicked it? Boy, you don't listen. Hold on, let me get up for this. I knew you was gonna do it. You don't listen. It's a test. But anyway, this is my test though. This is my stream back. I'm testing, but I'm also testing. But hold on. I'm gonna finish this breakdown. This is going better than my first one. I like this so far, but yeah, his mom is warning him that you know, if you go up to the north, to the city, that you're going amongst the demons. So she's just like I think it was like, oh, Babylon is fallen, and what happens to her walls in one fell swoop in an hour, all the sheep and all the shepherds, everyone gone. It's been fast as an hour, and that's, hold on, I didn't know you could actually like bring these. Okay, bet I'm gonna disable this. Hold on, I can unlock that sometime in the game. She's just warning him though that he shouldn't do it. He does it anyway. I mean, it's crazy too because his wife is super on board about it, and it's real too because I'm listening to everything they're saying. Because like I said in a video before, I feel like everything on the screen, everything that's said or shown, even in the way it's portrayed, it's all supposed to have a meaning if there's a good director behind it. And yeah, they're like, yeah, when we get up there, we need to have some babies type shit. We need to give her something else to sweat about. You know what I'm saying? And he was just like, yeah, we'll see type shit. You know what I'm saying? Playing it cool. Boom. Hit the road. Hit the plane. Touchdown. Mary Jane. You know what I'm saying? They're there. They're getting shown all the good life. They have a nice apartment now. They're getting shown their neighbor, bro. I didn't say this the first time either. Whenever you see the lady who's their neighbor, like whenever they're introduced to this black lady, she was giving me Get Out vibes. Like if you've seen the movie Get Out and you saw that black lady who was always in the kitchen, she had the same vibe as her, bro. You can literally watch this movie for free on YouTube. And if you see this part when they get to New York finally and they're being introduced to this lady, she literally just sounds so weird. And you know, it has some significance, but I'm gonna get to that. But bro, they're getting introduced and acquainted, and they're just kind of like getting now that their new life, you know, under their regimen, I guess, a part of their schedule, seeing what it's about to be like, right? She's just enjoying her time. He's seeing what it's like in his new company, but he doesn't meet this man yet. I'm gonna call him Scarface again because I just didn't remember. I probably just don't remember, but he's walking around the city though, the main character, and the Scarface dude, he's just watching him in the distance. That's the first initial scene y'all see them together, but the main character doesn't even know like this guy is even watching him. He doesn't even know who he is. But I guess eventually the man who had gave him the offer to come up to New York in the first place, he was like, yeah, the boss is ready to see you. He's ready to meet you. And so the main character was like, all right, let's do it. Who is he? Where's he at? And it's interesting too because whenever he meets him, first of all, his office door, it looks like a shrine door. Like the doors are as tall as up to the ceiling. Like that's how big the fucking doors are. Like it looks like you're entering a dungeon whenever you go into his office. But he's like, yeah, he's in there. Just wait for him. He opens the door and it's, you know, music stops. Ambience is very still. It's very tense. And he's like kind of by himself. That's what the scene makes you feel like. Like they're the only people on the planet, you know? And I'm gonna tell you why that's important towards the end. But it's like whenever he meets him, it's like they're the only two people that matter. And the guy kind of like comes out of nowhere. Like I said, he walks into his office. He's not even there. So he's just like, yeah, wait for him. He closes the door behind him, and the guy just kind of appears out of thin air. You don't even hear him walk in. It's like this dude really doesn't exist type shit. But whenever they you know, look at each other, there was a long pause. It was like this. Like imagine he just kind of, you know, introduces himself, walks in, and he just looks at him for like 4 seconds. I had to play it back. It was like a 4 or 5 second just blank stare before he even said a word to him. So imagine somebody doing that to you. It was just very weird. Like it makes you feel uncomfortable as a viewer, but also it's just like, you know, him, the main character, he's like, yo, who's this dude? Like, you know, say something type shit. I bet he was thinking, bro. They talk for a little bit, introduce themselves, get acquainted, and then he takes them on the roof. And like the Scarface guy, I'm gonna call him Devil Man though, it's more appropriate here. He opens like this door that goes onto the roof, and it shows like the whole city. So now they're walking out and they're looking at everything that, you know, he's looking above. You know, this is a This is a country boy from Florida, so he's not used to this. He's not used to scenes like this, so he's impressed by the view. The guy is showing him, and like I said the first time, like it felt really like, you know, like a callback to like a biblical moment whenever Satan was showing Jesus, you know, the whole world. You know, I feel like this scene whenever he was showing him the whole city above the high rise that he owns, he's just like, yeah, this could all be yours, bro. This could all be yours. If you fuck with me long enough, you stick with me, you know what I'm saying? You gonna be alright, you know what I mean? You gonna be alright, country boy, because he's getting to know him. He's understanding, like, he's coming from nothing, so he has all the leverage here, and he's trying to really, like, how should I say? He's trying to gauge this guy's soul. It feels like he's like, you know, you really want to do what it takes, you know, to be up here with the big shots, have this, have that, have the money, have these views, have these women. You know, are you willing to do what it takes? He's like, yeah, of course. He's like, well, are you willing to do stuff that'll keep you up at night type shit? Are you willing to be able to look yourself in the mirror if you do some down and dirty shit? And the main character's like, man, like, when we gonna talk about the money? Like, you already know. I ain't never lost a case. You know, I'll do anything to get that. So he's like, all right, good. And boom. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna interject and put this in there because this is crazy how I didn't realize how similar this is to the Him movie. But he literally, it's almost verbatim how this line is. Whenever the main character of the Him movie that just came out, the main character Cameron Cade was training. I think this is the second day. It was called Poise or something like that, or Leadership, the third day. They're training in the antagonist Isaiah White's football field, bro. And he said the same thing to him. He wasn't taking it serious enough. Because he was getting hit, quote unquote, too hard. It was like a little training thing, and he was like, yo, like, I thought y'all was taking it easy. And then Isaiah White, the antagonist, gets in the main character's face and he says, bro, how bad do you want this? Like, I know you said you doing this for your family, you said you doing this for God, but how bad do you want this? You know, are you willing to do what it takes? Are you willing to shed some blood to get that championship, to become the GOAT? And you can see from the facial expressions, if you've seen the movie, the main character kind of goes from like looking a little afraid to, you know, he toughens up a bit. He's like, he gets a little hard and he's like, bro, you know what, I'll lay him out, you know, I'm gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? He get him hype and he hits the other dude and makes him bleed. So, you know, that's a more brutal version of this scene that I just mentioned, that I just explained from the Devil's Advocate movie. But boom, I just thought that was crazy how similar those scenes were. Even though one happened kind of later, this one happened earlier, it was different lengths of the movie, so it's like, whatever. But, boom. So, after Devilman, I'm going back to Devil's Advocate movie now. Devilman gauges, he kind of has a little interview with the main character. I think he has his first case. It's defending this African dude who was doing a ritual on a goat, blah, blah, blah. He's, like, in a circle with, like, marks on the floor, sacrificing, you know how that goes. He got caught by the police, so they were just trying to, like, justify why he was doing that and, you know, why he shouldn't be locked up. And long story short, they just sum it up to he was doing what his culture calls him to do when they slaughter animals, quote unquote. Although it might look odd to us, that's what he said, it's normal to him. And I don't know what significance this had, but like before before the court day even happened, the African dude, whenever he asked the name of the guy who was prosecuting him, the main character told him, and he was like, oh, all right, bet. He nodded his head and then went to the fridge. He got some meat out, and it was like he was doing a blood ritual on that guy. Like he was, because the guy who was prosecuting against him, or like, you know, going against him, doing the allegations, he was coughing uncontrollably to the point he couldn't even talk. Like he couldn't even defend himself in the courtroom. So whatever the main character said, that's all that was heard. You know, they couldn't get the other side because he just kept coughing. Something was wrong with his throat, like he put a curse on him. But I digress. Like I said, I don't know what importance that had. I'm new to this screen study stuff. I'm not really a screen studier. I'm normally like a guy that analyzes words, I guess. That's like been my like factuation with stuff lately. But screenwriting, screen studying, whatever you call it, is something I'm kind of like recently new at. So I don't really know what that means. But what else happened after that? I'm trying to remember this movie. I was gonna rewatch it, but I didn't want to. But I'm trying to remember. I want to get all the scenes right. At least what I think was important. I want to get all that in sequential order. But bro, okay. So what else? I think after that they go to a party. No, was it the party? Yeah, this is the party because she wasn't creeped out by then. They go to a party And she's talking with her little homegirls, quote unquote. The wife of the main character is talking to like the city girls now. Like those are her new friends. So she's just talking with them, and they're like talking on the steps at this party, walking in the distance. They're like, hey, babe, like the city girls are like, hey, yo, he could probably hear you. And then another one of them says he could probably smell you. Fuck that, you know what I'm saying? She was like really gassing, glazing type shit. But you know, it's crazy what they say and how he's presented in the movie, his aura, bro. It's interesting. But anyway, I digress. He ends up running up on the main character's girl. He's risen her up pretty much. If you see that scene, he's pretty much risen her up. I was just like, cause they end up talking in front of the friends, and then he gets her on a chair, like kind of like on his lap type shit, but like kind of like just a chair beside him. But I'm like, yo, that's too close. If I were to walk by and I see my girl sitting that close like that to another guy, yeah, I'm leaving alone. But bro, yeah, they're talking. He's risen her up type shit, and he he convinces her to cut her hair at the party. Like he's over here literally leaning up behind her, talking in her ear, and he's like, you would look prettier with shorter hair. You know, you should do this, you should do that. Just being very suggestive to her, and she's taking it, bro. She's eating it up. I'm like, God damn. I'm thinking it was something that's not. I'm thinking he was trying to cause like some dissension in their relationship, but it wasn't like that. I guess it turned out not to be. It was in a more subtle way than I was guessing. But like I thought he was literally setting her up to get like a photo taken. But anyway, like a little later in the movie, the main character's girl, she was out shopping with her new friends. They were like at a mall or something trying on clothes, right? And this is whenever like the wife starts to realize like something is wrong with the people here though, because it's like it was the black girl that you see that I was talking about whenever they first got to New York. Fuck, I don't know what the hell that was. Damn, I hope nobody saw that ass. Oh no, he fell too. Shit, he can't even say shit. But she sees the black girl trying on clothes, and she's taking off her shirt, right? And as she's looking at her, like her face is like about to be covered with the shirt. She sees her face morph into some like monstrous shit, like into some demonic shit, and it kind of makes her freak out. But she doesn't cause a scene because she's like in public. But that just gave me like some They Live type shit, like They Live, Matrix, maybe Inception even. I don't know. That it gave me those because all those things happen in those movies as well. I don't think Inception, but you know, Matrix. You know what I'm saying? They Live, yeah, all that though. Oh yeah, even a little bit of him too. But yo, after that scene, she starts to slowly spiral and shit. Like she's like starting to see stuff in the corner of her eye, have weird dreams. And he's just like, yo, maybe it's because you cut your hair and shit. Like, you tripping. I don't know. Ever since we got here, you just started changing. You started acting different. And she's feeling like she's crazy because now her husband doesn't believe her. She feels like he doesn't like her anymore just because she looks different because of what homeboy said at the party, cut her hair. Now she's second guessing. He's over here repainting her house, this color, that color, because that black girl's like gaslighting her, making her think like, you know, oh, I fuck with this. You know, I don't like this color. Oh, I like this. Oh, you know, that's not really your vibe. Like, you know, just getting in her head. It's really weird, bro. And if you know the Bible verse, the Most High is not the author of confusion. So if you would, you know, put that in context, appropriate context, Satan is. He's going to confuse you. He's going to make you feel like you're losing your mind. So as the movie progresses, like I said, it just seems like the wife is losing her mind. What happened to the bus? Damn, they got rid of the dime bus. They could have just put another one here. I thought I was gonna run into it. I don't even see the bus. Bro, I literally have a video where I do. Shut up, shut the fuck up, boy. I'm trying to talk to my niggas. Anyway, there was like a bus right here. I did like a wall bounce off. It's not here no more. That's crazy. Nigga, I should jump off your car though. You over here honking. I wasn't even in your way that way. But I'm gonna kind of go on in the movie. She eventually gets checked into a psych ward towards the end of the movie because the main character's like, yo, you tripping. Like, ever since we got here, like I said, like, we've been doing better. I know I don't see you as much, but it's like, yo, it's not that deep. It's probably just you need sleep, you need this. You know how it is. We'll chalk it up to anything that it's not, just because it's not our problem really. he didn't want to hear it because they're like, yo, we're making better money, we got this, we got that, why are you tripping, you know? That's kind of how the main character was coming at her whenever she was trying to tell him about the stuff she was seeing, the stuff she was dreaming about. It was just like she was just losing her shit. And I think it was I forgot what position he played in the company. This is also towards the end of the movie. Some guy who was letting the main character know, like, yo, like, you said you coming from my position, like, what, you getting really high up in the ranks really fast. He's like, I don't know how you're doing this or who you're in cahoots with, but it's like, you know, how do you do this and you don't even know who this guy is? And he was like, what guy? And I guess he heard a name he wasn't supposed to hear, or he told him something that he wasn't supposed to say, because the dude who was coming at the main character ends up being killed randomly, quote unquote, after Devilman hears about it, because the main character comes at him. He was like, yo, so and so is telling me about this guy, who is he? And Devilman's like, yo, how'd you know about him? He's like, oh, because so and so told me. He was like, oh, huh. Exactly how he processed that, if you thought that was suspicious, if the main character thought that was suspicious, or if he like just chalked it up as like something else. But yeah, the main character goes to see his wife though, who's in a psych ward, and she's tripping. The dude finds his mom there because she had left like towards the middle of the movie, because she went up to the city. And you know, people in the Bible, if they're truly in the spirit, they could see you can see demons on people. You don't necessarily have to be a Christian to see spirits on people. That's why I say if they're really in the spirit, because it doesn't matter if you call yourself a Christian or if you read the Bible. If you're really tapped in, where you could see energy being expressed off of people. Everything is an expression. So you can judge someone not necessarily off of like their clothes. I would say that's a form of expression, but it's really more like body language, vocal tone, eye contact. That's what I would deem more, appropriate, identifiable traits of the spirit. Clothes could be an identifier, but someone who could, like, two people who wear all black, some people have tattoos, whatever, they could both look just the same, but somebody could be, a lot better morally than the other. So that's why I don't want you to just judge off clothes, but mainly like their behavior, how they talk to people, how they talk about people. If that's type of person, like if that's type of person they are, damn. Yeah, you should judge them off of that, their behavior, more than like what they wear. But I digress. She was clearly uncomfortable though visiting her son initially up there, and then she left because she could just feel the spirit. Even on his boss, Devilman, she was just like, yeah, I don't know if I want to stay up here no more. It's just like, I came here to see you, but it's just like there's a lot of spirits. Obviously that's just like making her feel uncomfortable. She's mean mugging the little groupies that are with Devilman, his boss, and then she's even mean mugging him a little bit. Like it's really crazy. I don't know if he did this deliberately, but like I feel like people who normally carry this spirit, they like to have their eyes wide as fuck, bro. Like it's really weird. It's like they have a piercing gaze. It's like, really people who are like laid back, they're kind of considered like, stoner type. Their eyes are kind of like a little slanted, a little down low. But people who have like a spirit on them that shouldn't be there, just to put it in the best way, it's like they have like a really intense gaze and they don't even realize it. Like their eyes are just so fucking wide and they don't even know it. He's just looking at the mom like that though, and she's just like kind of avoiding eye contact. She doesn't want to talk to him, because he's asking her questions. She's just quiet. So it's obviously she didn't like it, and she left like after a day of being there. And then, like I said, damn, that whole tangent. She comes back. She's talking to the main character's wife in the psych ward, reading her Bible verses, making her feel a little calmer. Because she got to the point where she couldn't even look herself in the mirror type shit. That's how guilty she felt. Or she was starting to feel, I guess. But we didn't know this until, this scene. Yeah, he's visiting. He's like, yo, what you doing here? I thought you left. She's like, I came back. I feel like y'all needed me. And she just, was there just comforting her. They leave out of the room for something. I forget. But the wife ended up being left alone with one of the caretakers at this, facility. And she's trying to get her to look into the mirror, like, yo, look how beautiful you are, type shit. Like, trying to gas her up, I guess, make her feel, quote-unquote, comfortable. And once she finally, like, you know, nudges, gives in, and like starts to look in the mirror, she sees the caretaker's face start to morph into some scary shit. And so she, like, you know, throws her head back, or I think she throws the mirror back, and it breaks in the caretaker's face. And then they hear it happen in the hall. The lady runs out. She's like, "Oh goddamn!" Ah! Like, you know, she hit me in the eye type shit. And then the main character's girl boards the room up, and then she grabs a piece of the broken glass, and the main character sees that as he's running down the hall. He's trying to break the door down now. He's like, yo, what you doing? And then obviously you know what happens next. She's crazy in a psych ward, grabs a piece of glass. You don't have to be a scientist to know what happen next. And so he finally breaks the door down after you know what happens goes down. He's crying and shit. He's like, oh, he's like, why you do that? Why? Oh. And then he's distraught, obviously. And then I think that same hour, or just the same day, his mom tells him, like, yo, I got something to tell you. Like, remember I said your dad died a long time ago before you were born? He was like, don't do this right now. Don't do this. He's saying that. And she was like, oh, I gotta let you know, Devil Man, or his boss, that's your father. It felt like some Star Wars shit, some Darth Vader shit. Like, he started crying. He's like, I don't need this. My wife just died. Now you telling me this nigga is my dad? He's like, yo, I can't do this. So he storms out, and he walks out of the building. And so he's like a little calmer, but he's still like, yo, it's a lot, I guess, on his shoulders in this moment. So he's finding out now his wife is dead. This dude is his dad. And yeah, he walks out the building, and the caretaker is smoking a cigarette. And she's like, hey, so-and-so wants you. It's like, so-and-so's expecting you. And he was like, all right, where can I find him? And he's like, you know where to find him, type shit. Like, you know, in his office. Like, you already know where he is. Fuck! Oh, I should have landed that. Oh my gosh. One more flick, that would have been it. I wasn't even trying to do that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. But she was like, yeah, you already know where to find him. So he's like, all right, thanks for the tip. Pause. I'll put that in, but anyway. Yeah, pause, really. that was sus. As he turns around though, like, he's about to walk into the street, but we don't see it yet. The street is empty, but he double takes and he looks back, and she's gone. So she went from smoking a cigarette to just being completely gone. And mind you, like I said, the caretaker's face morphed earlier on some demon shit. But then as he looks back, he turns back around, and the camera pans to the road, and it's just completely desolate. There's nobody. This is New York. Somebody's bound to be outside. That's called the city that never sleeps. Whether it's New York or Cali, I don't give a fuck. These are cities that never sleep. You ain't gonna find a dead moment unless it's COVID. Damn, now I really got flagged if I say that word. I don't know. But yeah, dude, it was desolate. There was nobody outside, bro. So this obviously an odd scene. It almost felt like a dream. That's what it makes you feel like if you're watching this movie. Like, it wasn't even real. That's what I was thinking whenever I saw this. But he ends up going to Devil Man's office. He doesn't see him again, and he just comes out of nowhere type shit. Like I said, you don't even hear a door open. The dude just teleports. He just spawns. And he's like, oh, I heard you was looking for me. He's like, well, actually, you called me. But, you know, they're talking, and he's gauging him. Now the main character's questioning him, like, so are you really my father? Like, what do you know about my mother type shit is what he's asking him. And he's like, well, you know, we go way back, you know. Obviously, he's not in his life anymore. I guess he was explaining why. But he was really gauging, like, you know, why do you do what you do? You know, why are you like this? Why are you this way? And, you know, he's just pretty much, it just really felt like some Star Wars shit. I ain't even watched Star Wars, but that's what it felt like. He's like, he felt betrayed, because he felt like he was getting a good deal coming up there from this dude. And now he feels like, pretty much, he says, you know, verbatim, not even verbatim, I'm chopping the shit out of this, but he's like, so you just been manipulating me this whole time, you know, to do what you want. And he's like, you know, bingo, you know, like, this dude is not taking him serious. He's like, you finally caught on, you dumb shit. Like, that's pretty much, that's the energy he's giving him. You know, it's like he's not humble about it at all. You know, he's letting him know, like, yes, like, you know, you've been pretty much being played to my whim. Just because it's like, what does he say? I'm trying to remember now. The Devil Man guy. He's like, yo, you really think this whole time you just been so good that you just never lost a case, you know? He's like, You think you're just that badass of a lawyer, pretty much, that you think that you've never lost a case because you're just that guy, right? And he's pretty much letting him know, like, you've become me. You know, you're not good because you're good. You're good because you're like me. You know, manipulative, self-serving. You're using your power for self benefit. You know, and he goes into a whole speech as well about why. It's kind of like he's talking from the devil's perspective of why he does what he does. He's the God that doesn't judge because he rules this realm. It's like, because I'm gonna break it down, like why I feel like they gave this otherworldly presence. Like, you know, he just kind of appears out of thin air. He's like, you know, how the city girls are describing at the party, kind of like someone who you could just smell you. He could hear you from across the room type shit, because he really doesn't exist. He's like a ghost. He's just everywhere through everybody. If you watch the movie Fallen, it's kind of like that. It's like a spirit that like just breezes through people. Like, I think the way that spirit was transferred in that movie, that you could just touch people and the spirit would be transferred. So that's kind of how Satan moves, is what he was describing himself, kind of like. But he's like, yeah, he's the guy that don't judge. Everybody can do what they want here. I give them what they want. I please the human, or I should say the carnal desires. You know, I can't even say the human spirit, because, you know, it's a duality. There's a lower nature and the higher nature, but he said he pleases the lower nature. You know, he has this whole world for everybody to fulfill their pleasures, and God is the one who gives them temptation and tells them not to do it. You know, he gives them this and tells them not to do that. You know, he's pretty much letting them know, like, who's really the bad guy. He's giving you that dilemma. Like, why give you these sensations if you're not allowed to indulge freely? He's like, whose side you want to be on? And he's like, you pretty much become me. You know, that's what I feel like. Because it's also a similar thing in the movie. Him, I guess, not in the same way. Like I said in my him breakdown, they're connected by blood. So whenever the main character had drank the blood at the party, that's whenever they truly became connected, quote unquote. But they're both black, and we know what the movie's talking about, if you understand esoteric knowledge, that they're both connected by blood already, but they had to have that symbolically represented, you know, as ritual format, just for the plot. I think in my breakdown I say this, no one else has said that, but I feel like that was, you know, in Devil's Advocate, that's their symbology of, you know, having those two characters connect by saying, like, yo, you doing what you've done. Because even him defending that PDF file in court, I didn't say this yet, after he defended that PDF file, he was let free. He was told by somebody in the street that because of what he did, that PDF file went on to kill, possibly do the same thing he did to that middle schooler, but he ended up having a dead 10-year-old body in the back of that nigga's car. So it's like, damn, just because you had let him free, you defended him, he ended up killing a 10-year-old girl and stuffing her in the back of his car, bro. Just because he let him free, just because he did what he did for money. You know, that's what Satan does. He does what he does for self-serving purposes. That's how at least he's described, as being selfish, as being manipulative, as, you know, being the opposite of what Christ is. You know, selfless, you be selfish, obviously. So boom, yeah, he's just letting them know, like, yeah, you become me through your own actions. It's not like I told you to do this. He's like specifically, what did I tell you in the subway whenever I told you you were going to be defending this guy, this other guy who had his wife and his child killed? They were like, literally, I didn't even mention this. What the fuck, bro? This is crazy, because they ended up devising a plan to have one of their assistants lie on the stand. So you know how they swear on the Bible? These niggas lied after she swore on the Bible. She went on to lie that she was getting, you know, handled. She was getting the business by this guy who was found damn near guilty of killing his wife and kids. Like, it was like, that's why I feel like Devilman asked, are you willing to do stuff that'll keep you up at night? Like, are you willing to do some grimy shit and lay your head on the pillow and be okay with that? Because obviously that guy was guilty, but, you know, they were relying on the Bible type shit, and this dude had to go on to defend him. and the main characters couldn't take it no more. Obviously, his wife gave out first, but then, like I said, boom, fast forward to the office. He's reminding him of all the stuff he's told him. He's like, you didn't have to defend that guy. I told you. I guess this is... he was like... He said the same thing he had said in the bathroom. Matter of fact, he was like, you can't win them all. I'm going to get somebody else in the case. He's like, bro, I could do this. Because he was like, damn, like, remember what you told me, though? He was like, I remember you said that if you didn't finish this case, that you would feel like it's your wife's fault. He was turning it on him. But the whole time, like I said, this nigga's subtly manipulating him. That's what the devil does throughout. I'm gonna get to the end. I'm gonna do that as the moral. But yeah, he was like, bro, I never told you to do anything. I've been telling you if you didn't want to do this or that, you ain't gotta do it. But you know how it does with pride, you know, testing your pride, especially as a man. It's like, bro, you're gonna do what you don't want to do because it's like Hegelian dialect. They're manipulating a certain response out of you. But bro, I'ma just say push leads to this, or push comes to shove, this goes to that, because what happens next whenever he's not... I don't know who the fuck this girl was. It was the main character's half sister, and Devilman's like, yo, you gotta do this. I'm gonna be out of here one day, so you gotta continue the bloodline. It was just like, it was weird, you know. Like I said, push comes to shove, they're talking, they're doing whatever. Main character lays her down on his desk, so she thinks she's about to get the good, you know what I'm saying? And then the main character grabs his gun, ends himself in front of him. Devilman starts to transform, morph into this old figure than the young version, but like a long-haired version of the main character. It was weird. It was a weird sequence. I don't know what that part meant either. But then it was crazy as fuck, because then it zooms out, and it's back to the bathroom scene where the main character was still defending the PDF file. So it went pretty much back to the beginning of the movie. And that was crazy. That was dope. Shout out to the director. But it went right back to the beginning of the movie. So he's pretty much having an ultimatum. He saw his life flash before his eyes whenever he's in the bathroom after he called for the recess. He's like pretty much looking himself in the mirror like, can I do this? So I'm guessing that the whole movie was him thinking in his mind, if I do this, my life will never be the same. All those Bible verses that were said throughout the whole movie was in his mind from whenever he was younger, going to church with his mom, because he stopped going to church as he got older. But obviously he remembered it, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, he remembered all that shit through the movie. So, bro, it was crazy, bro. It was so dope. I'm squeaking over a movie that was made in 1997, but this movie was so similar to the Him movie that I could not talk about this. Like, I couldn't just get on here and just do some bullshit and do some tricks and get off. Like, I love shit like this because I feel like good movies aren't made anymore, bro. Like people don't try to make good movies anymore. Hold on, what's over here? Because they just don't have any creativity. Like, a lot of this stuff comes from, obviously this movie was based off of the Bible, just like I feel like the Him movie was based off the Bible. Because it's like a lot of obviously biblical verses thrown in there. There was more biblical symbology in Him. Not as many verses, but you could kind of tell like where they, you know, get the inspiration from in the scriptures, like what they put on the screen in that movie. But The Devil's Advocate was more scripture heavy. Like they said a lot and they also showed a lot visually. But I feel like the whole moral of The Devil's Advocate movie is you choose your route by your actions. Like, what you do, that carves your destiny. Because the same guy who was manipulating him, who went into the bathroom and was like, yeah, you can't win them all type shit, you feel me? And then he walks out. After Keanu Reeves, you know, he goes back into the courtroom and he's like, yo, listen, I'm not doing this. He's going to have to get somebody else to defend him. The PDF file was like, nigga, I thought you said you got me. You know what I'm saying? He stands up pissed, obviously. But the main character's like, bro, I can't do this, bro. I'm not going to have a good conscience if I defend you and ignore this little girl, bro. She seemed like she's telling the truth. Fuck you. And he walks out. The press is following him, obviously gaslighting him. Oh, so you lost your first case? Like, you know how they do. They talking their shit, flashing the cameras, taking pics. And he's walking out with his girls, and she's like, bro, why'd you do that? Like, you know, what are we gonna do now? He's like, we gonna figure it out. You know, he took the riches, the fame, the money, the offer. He took that with just having a simple, good life. Although he has to go from client to client, so he don't even know how he's gonna eat tomorrow. Just like Jesus. Just like that boy Jesus. He don't know how he's gonna eat tomorrow. He don't know if he's gonna be able to lay his head somewhere. At least he has a good conscience. At least he has a good mind that he didn't have to do anything to compromise himself. I feel like the moral of the movie is very similar to him, because at the end of that movie, just skipping, I already did a breakdown, I ain't got to do it again. Everyone who was around him, it was his manager, it was the owner of the Saviors team, Isaiah White's wife. After he ended up beating Isaiah White's ass in the other room, he walks out to a field, everybody's just sitting there with pig masks. They wait for him to sign the contract. He says no. They take it off. They're pissed. They're like, yo, bro, what you doing? You know what I'm saying? We've been molding you to do this. This isn't really a choice. This is what you got to do. Like, we've been molding you since birth to be what you are. And maybe it's not that intense, but I do feel like, you know, like it didn't start with him as a kid in Devil's Advocate. It started with him as an adult, obviously, on his 63rd case, about to be his 64th. He's like, yo, yeah, I can't do that. But then after the guy walked into the bathroom and subtly manipulates him, quote unquote, changes his path, he changes his life path, makes him operate out of pride instead of the heart, that's what made him go down that wrong path. The dude in him, the main character in him, he was guided since childhood to be a football player, because even whenever he was, like, you know, coming up and his dad was still trying to push him to be a football player, he was like, yo, I don't want to do this. A month later, his dad dies in that movie, so he continued to play football for his dad, strictly for his dad. It was like manipulation, but that was like some crazy right there. His dad died to keep him playing football, because that's what they literally say at the end of the movie, verbatim. Like, it's crazy. You couldn't get that any other way but for them to say that in the script, you know, like out loud. But they said that they literally had his dad die just for him to keep playing football, so you better sign that contract. And it's just like, it's the same thing. It's like it may not simply be those people who were waiting for him to sign the contract, strictly them as demons in his life, because in the Bible that's the animal that demons were cast in. But people who do shit like that, like just the evil, that's a nasty reason to really kill someone's dad, to really hold something over their head. It's like, yo, we've been manipulating you since you were a child to be this, so you gotta do this. You know, that's just fucked up. That's weird. Like, you know, a person with a heart would really ask, why would you do that? But there's no answer that makes sense for that, obviously, because it's wicked. It's not supposed to make sense, but it makes sense to them. I feel like that's similar themes that was broadcast through both movies, is that demons operate through people. There's not necessarily people, what they look like, or individuals, but a spirit that flows, bro. It moves. It's you can't see it on one body, you know. It's not limited to one body, you know, because it could be anybody. I feel like it's a frequency that you fall to, or you could rise above, you know, if you get what I'm saying here, without being too crazy, without sounding like too biblical heavy or conspiracy theory. I feel like there's a lot of entities that operate through loved ones, or even friends, or even people you don't know, like coworkers, bro. I've worked with some people, grown men. I ain't never told these stories, but they be grown people doing dumbass shit. Like, I still tell this story to my fam whenever I feel the urge to. That some foreman on a landscaping company threw away a whole gallon of water because he thought I was looking at him like in a mean way. Like, I'm over here sitting in the back of a truck, so I don't have anywhere else to look but forward, and I obviously don't want to be at work, so I'm just looking towards the road with a straight face, and he keeps looking back, and I guess he thought I was looking at him in a crazy way, so to get back at me, since he thought I was testing him or some shit, he threw away a whole gallon of water, and I needed that for the whole day. Like, I was only with him for a little bit since my other foreman was late, so it was only 10 o'clock. I can't find a whole gallon of water that was in the back of his truck. And I'm over here asking everybody around. I'm like, yo, you seen a gallon of water? No. I see no water. You obviously see how I'm working around. But yeah, they don't know where the fuck my water is. So the only person I think who would be related to that is the dude who I see subtly react to my facial expressions. Like, nigga, fuck out of here. Like, niggas are weird. People are weird is what I'm trying to say. Like, you can't limit it to a age range, a certain type of person, because I've seen people of all complexions, of all ages, do some dumbass shit that just really, like, what people say in Gnosticism, produce loosh, if you know what that is. Like, in like I said, these ancient religions or ancient philosophies and Gnosticism, they call this loosh, but it's just emotional energy. I don't know why they don't just call it emotions, but it's like they try to get a rise out of you. They try to get stress out of you. They try to get fear. They try to get doubt. They try to get a lot of lower emotions out of people for some reason. It's like people who operate in the physical realm. Now we're getting into some deep shit. This is out of the movie now. I'm gonna rate that movie though 9.5 out of 10. 9.5. It was a good movie. But I'm getting into my own research now, because this is stuff that I was like looking at recently. Like I said, I'm more infatuated with words. Like I like looking at the definition of words, because even like words that we think we know, like we think we know what that shit means, we don't. Like I found out ground, for example, Ground, ground, what we think is like concrete or dirt. Ground, the definite or the etymology of that word technically means foundation or abyss. It could also mean, you know, what is it, like a lower, I guess like a lower spectrum, I guess, type shit, like literally floor. But then it goes to what did I just say? Fuck. Foundation or abyss, literally, if you do the etymology of that word ground. So in the Bible verse, whenever it says that God made man from the dust of the ground, then they, you know, scientists at some point, I gotta get there's some people's skin that are literally made of stardust. Like you cannot find this shit on Earth, but they found it out there, that were literally made of stardust. So whenever he says he made us of the dust of the ground, then you do the etymology of that word and tie it in. Made us of the stardust of the abyss of space. That shit's crazy as fuck whenever you really think about it, because whenever you do the etymology of dirt, if you say that he made us out of the dirt of the earth, and then you do the etymology of dirt, that means excrement or feces, literally, like shit. He made us out of shit. They're like, bro, which one would you rather be made out of, stardust or shit? Because that's crazy. That's crazy. The earth wasn't even in form at the beginning. It took like 7 days, 6 or 7. It took 6 days, nigga, and then he rested on the 7th. Yeah, I got my shit right, boy. It took 6 days to make Earth, so it wasn't even here. I just debunked that real time. But anyways, it's crazy because why was I even talking about that? Yeah, bro, I feel like I'm probably changing topic now, but I feel like, oh, hold up, fuck up, what? I gotta change location now. I just did something I ain't even mean to do. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Anyway, I feel like the whole point of these movies is to talk to a particular bloodline, but I don't even think this bloodline looks a certain type of way anymore, since there's interracial relationships. It's been what people want to call, like, you know, shout out Columbus, you know, bringing people over here that weren't supposed to be over here initially. Even the natives that were here too, they're depicted with lighter skin, so there's just a lot of mixing of bloodlines that create the hues that we have today. I feel like there's a certain race of here I go, a bloodline of people. Fuck race. I got past that a long time ago now, but I feel like it's all. It's like you're a good person or you're not. You're a shitty person or you're a caring person. Like there's really no in between, and I feel like that's what a lot of these movies with these themes depict. And even whenever you look at scripture that way, like I just try to describe, doing the etymology of these words that we think we understand, there's a lot that we could really, like, how should I say, see in a different perspective if we look a little bit deeper. Because, you know, obviously people don't read the Bible because they're related to church, and in church you have pastors, and pastors are literally going to read 2 verses and then they're going to talk about their life, or they're going to bring somebody on stage to read 1 passage, and then they're going to talk about, you know, a program going on after church. Like, it's like, bro, you're not really there to read the Bible. You're just there for fellowship. And it's like, there's nothing wrong with that, but everybody has their thing. I'm not going to sit here and say people who go to church are not this or that, because, you know, there's been some pretty cool people actually I've met at church, you know, but this is not my thing. I like to just read the book and get what I need out of it and do my thing, you know. But, bro, even even how we look at this stuff scripturally, I feel like people, whether you're a Christian or not, whatever, you know, ideal or philosophy you have as a person, I feel like there's certain things that alright, we're gonna go somewhere else. That actually scared the fuck out of me. Normally they stop when they see somebody in the road. I just got ran over. God damn. Anyways. Bro. I feel like these things are depicting a story that we forgot. You know? Like... I say forgot because... I feel like we're entering another point, you know... I don't know if y'all heard about like the Great Reset, quote unquote, conspiracy theorists always love to talk about, or like the Bible calls like what is it, Revelation, people call the apocalypse, people thought it was 2012. I feel like what it is something that you can't see. Like there's so many people, like there used to be everybody always references, like at least in my generation, like 2016, 2015, those being like the golden age years. And that's really because none of this shit that's being talked about now, there was no Epstein files back then. There was no Drake being a possible pedophile back then. Everybody was cool. Everything was just kind of like just very surface level, you know. It was just like, you know, we're just vibing type shit. Everybody was vibing back then. But the more the truth comes out, which is obviously like undesirable, because we find out how fucked up the world is. After 2020, we really found out how fucked up the world is, and it's just been broadcast constantly. And I feel like that's what feeds these entities that I'm talking about. Like the devil isn't one person. It is literally an entity that rules this realm, you know. And just like how Satan has his legion, he has his army, so does God. And I feel like people who have a good heart are part of God's army. People who are selfless, people who care for others, people who would literally give you the shirt off their back. Those are the legions, or that's the army of God. Versus people who are self-serving, niggas on that Epstein list, nigga. I'm looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Elon Musk, Donald Trump, every politic, every rich person who's had to compromise a piece of themselves, or even anybody. They say sacrifice. What are you sacrificing? Go back to Devil's Advocate. You could sacrifice your soul. You could sacrifice your morals. You could sacrifice what makes you a good person for self-gain. You know something's fucked up, and you do something against everyone's self-interest, against your self-interest for personal gain. You don't necessarily have to be sacrificing a goat like they try to make the African person in that movie seem like he's like a literal devil for... I don't know why the fuck they sacrifice goats. Niggas are doing that in the Bible. They don't call God a devil for like he was demanding blood sacrifice, burnt off, or that's the ones he didn't want, obviously. But like literally, like what's the difference if they're doing the same shit, but they're just not calling him Most High? What's the difference with sacrificing, offering blood? Then you start to understand though that they would sacrifice the blood of an innocent animal, specifically an innocent animal, or an innocent living entity. It would require that blood sacrifice in order for a request to be granted. I'm trying to be careful with my words, because this is what they did at the end of the Him movie. Whenever he didn't fulfill that contract, they still required sacrifice. You also hear a lot, this is just conspiracy though, nothing confirmed, that, you know, they do blood sacrifice as well, but it's just like, for what? But then we get into it again. Damn, I probably lost everybody. I'm over here just standing talking shit. But you know, it's never mind. It's plasma on the screen, bro. It's plasma on the screen, and there's only so many places you can get that. You know, there's some that comes from electrifying gases, like I said on my last channel. There's also plasma in your body, so you could also assume why these things technically would have to go on, and then why society is so dysfunctional. There's entities that rule this realm that they don't want nothing to be peace, because this is how they literally run it. This is how they give us what we get, give us what we give. This is how they give us what we get. You know, this is why we consume what we consume, because the society's running just the way it is. It's dysfunctional like that and almost intentionally. And I feel like the only reason things get so chaotic is because people become more aware of these things, and it fucks the system up, because now people are not participating in the system. They don't believe in the system. They want to change the system or not participate, and that causes it not to work. It starts to collapse, so they have to reset to make it keep working. You know, I feel like the only reason things are the way it is because after 2019, really the peak of everybody kind of coming into awareness, especially about this PDF file shit, with like these celebrities and, you know, these politicians. That's whenever 2020 happened, to get everybody's mind off of that. And then that's whenever these other distractions that we're getting now, just useless shit, a lot of fear and anxiety about this happening, about that happening. You know, they say signs of wars in the end times, stuff like that. Why would you consider it the end times? Because they don't want motherfuckers catching on, so they gotta get people who were fucking that up, fucking the illusion up, out of here, so they could, you know, start from scratch. Because they made it known that they don't want the Messiah to rise again, whether that be through somebody who looks like me or you, whether it be dark skin, light skin, it don't matter. Somebody who's just trying to do the right thing. They don't want a person like that here, obviously. Everybody always says it too. Oh, you better not talk about this. Oh, like the dude, Nature Jab guy, shout out to him, Julian Brown, I think, right? He makes gas out of plastic, and I'm bound to see somebody in his comments every time. Whoa, they're gonna get you soon. You better watch your back. Yeah, they're gonna get him. Like, everybody's always everybody know, but they always act like it's conspiracy as well. That being a light in this world is bad. You know, being a light in this world makes you a target, and it's like, why? Instead of warning homeboy, why don't y'all get together? Why don't y'all bound for bro? You know what I'm saying? Why don't y'all ride for him? Like, that's not just for him, but for everybody who's trying to do something in this world. You know, like, everybody's always quick to say, oh, what'll happen? Oh, you better be scared, operating out of that fear instead of standing behind it. You know, it's really sad, because once they're gone too, all they do is type in the bitch ass RIPs and that's it. You know what I'm saying? I don't like that. I don't like that shit at all. And I hope in the parts that it's lagging at, I have to really watch this back too. I hope it's not really chopping that shit. You know what I'm saying? I deadass hope it's just like going smooth, because that's really gonna annoy me too. I've been talking a lot, but yeah. Shout out to Knowledge, though. Shout out to Knowledge, man. Shout out to Wisdom. Deadass. May she be my keeper forever. I 10. Whoa! Let me get a good roll real quick. Let me get a good roll. I gotta get some momentum going. Hope y'all day been straight, though. Let me see what happens if I talk about something else. Something that's not important. Like, nigga titties. Nigga titties. Oh shit! All right, run it back. I don't see nobody in the city though. What the hell? I'm really not gonna see him there, but damn, it's like either everybody got booted or they left. Oh, hold up. Yep, back in the candy shop. Sweet ass. Give me that. 100. Woo! Chocolate coins, nigga. 23 hours for this shit. Actually not. Girl, good life. I'm not being sexist. It's just like, why you gotta, you know what I'm saying? The royal black. That look like rust black. What you talking about? 10 out of 11. I'm like, yeah, I didn't get everything out this box. Give me that shit. That's that triple 5, nigga. Oh yeah. Yo, shit. Dude, this is the one I wanted the most, and I got it last. That actually annoys me. Why is it like that? Bitch ass. Let me see how I look though. I might have to get some white shoes. I don't even know if I got. All right. 16K. 16K all day. Look, thank you for giving me something I already got. Thank you, I appreciate it. That might be a glitch. I need to fix that. You're welcome. Them niggas know, boy. I can't zoom out. White helmet. I call this the milk white though. This looks really white. No racism. No racism. I might need to get myself a buzz cut too. It don't look bad. I like Sean Diaz, boy. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I was clipping some Life is Strange earlier. That looks really weird though. I can't lie. I mean, it matches the bottom of the shoes. That's why I got it, but it just doesn't look like the same shade. Not at all. Hold on. I got some other options. Too bad I can't zoom out. Then the socks stick out there. Now they stick out like a lot more. Where they at? Is it accessories? Yeah. I would put that with clothes though, but it's not my business. That's not bad. That's not bad. Hold on. Let me rock this out. Let me just change it up a little bit. That's it, bro. I want to tweak the outfit a bit. You know what I'm saying? Test some shit out. I had them socks on for a minute. I like the high top look. I used to do that a lot when I was younger, but that's like super high top. Nigga, talking about, boy. All right, never mind. Hold up. Run it back. All right, we're back. Nice. Auto revert, nigga. Last time, nigga. Hold up. Last time. I shot it. Fuck. Can't. Is that mail? Somebody got mail? Oh, this is the art. Never mind. This is the box. Hold on. Shout out Megan Fox. I think it's a boy. Double 360. Oof. Shout out Mississippi. Watch this. Watch this. I know you see that. Hold on. I got it. I ain't gonna lie though, the sound design in this game is also really good. Can't even lie to you. Hold on. Nigga. Go. Come on. Nice. Let's do it. Alright, I thought I was gonna keep going. I don't know how you could do that. You see that? Nigga revert. You know what I'm saying? Hit that reverse. You feel me? Oh, of course he saw that. Yeah. Bitch ass. Oh! Excuse me. Oh, shit, I was about to say. Come on, don't lag. I guess it's better right here. Oh! I thought you was a player. You literally spawned just to get mad. What's up? Hold up. Oh, got him. Spot him. Let me try this. How did I not land that? Alright, bet. It's alright. They stole that from me. I ain't go cap. Damn. Oh shit, I'm back. Alright, bet. I'm gonna try to go this way. Fuck, man! Bro, hold on. See, every time I'm locked in, too, this screen be extra long, boy. I look at my phone for a second, though. That shit instant. Hold on. Probably the new fit. I ain't gonna cap, though. Nah, don't. Yeah, I already knew that. Hold on. And now this motherfucker coming up here, bro. Oh my gosh, bro. Bitch. Oh my gosh. Yo, get these balloons out the way, bro. Dead ass, man. Ain't nobody asked for that. I can't even do a trick off that shit. I seen some people do it, but I can't do it. You know what I'm saying? I tried it up there. It's already hard enough to land on it. Oh god, hold up. Yeah, I overshot it. I'm gonna just try to roll off it. Damn, he got, hold up. That was kind of cool. He got orange hair with an orange hoodie. That boy dedicated. He can never change that hoodie though. No cap. Unless, oh wait, I forgot. You can go back in there though. You can go back in there. Hold up. Fuck. Yeah, I was trying to revert. Let me try that one more time. Alright. Yeah, that's too much. Nothing but too much. Oh my gosh. Let me just try my shit, bro. I'll be doing it like, it's kind of OD, but it's not. Hold on. I'll be doing like this. I'll be like, Ah. That's head. Ah! Never mind. See, look, that's normally not there. That's normally not there. I obviously would have got that. That sign wasn't right there. I gotta, like... You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Oh my gosh. I would have made that one too. I ain't gonna do no shoulda, woulda, coulda shit. Let me actually get like way over here. Like this. Shit. Oh my gosh. Now I can't even get the fucking... Oh, that's me. No, that's too much! Damn! About to go across the whole damn Sandvan City, nigga. Like, hold on. Come on. Nah, it's too much still. I just gotta do the drop in. That's too much momentum. Oh, you gonna do it? Go ahead. No, you don't even know where you want to go. What? What? Bro, once proximity chat come in, I'm about to be talking my shit, bro. Y'all be fucking me up sometime, bro. That I... Fuck. Oh my goodness. I already did it right the first time. Don't even do that. No, you ain't gonna do what I do now. Fuck. Let me get a new controller, bro. Every time I just go down, I do a flick. Nigga think it's an ollie. Come on. I did not go that fast. Oh, I'm done. I'm done. Nice shirt, though. Nice shirt. That's like a new one I've seen, actually. That's probably for the Halloween shit. No cap. Come on now. Come on now. That was it. I'm playing too much. Oh, my gosh. You don't want it bad enough, boy. You look like a skater, but you ain't a skater, though. You know what I'm saying? I'll see you later. What's up, boy? I might actually download Walking Dead, though. We might do that. I might have no choice. That's like a classic, nigga. I ain't never done that. And that's the whole first season, too. But mind you, shit. That'd be gas. Oh, my goodness, bro. Yeah. Oh, my God. Stop fucking doing the ollie, nigga. I'm trying to... Oh, my... I'm trying to bend my knees. I'm gonna pause that, but yeah, I gotta bend my knees just to get like a little, like, you know what I mean? Like this. But that's still not enough. That's a career ender right there. Shit. Hold on. Let me try this. Alright. Oh, that's it. That's it. No, alright. Alright. Oh my goodness. Oh wait, I can do this. Alright. Alright. Oh, you see, I don't know how you ain't get hit, boy. You like Lao Ming, boy. You some Xiao Mei. Ooh. Oh. I knew I had to jump early, but shit. Now you're gonna try to climb the tower. I should race him for no reason. I should just gas like that nigga. Just climb up. Oh, never mind. He just jumped right off. Okay. Or he might have fell. I don't know. I don't know his life. Oh, I landed that. Shit, man. You see that? Man, hold up, hold up. I know he ain't just do that. He ain't just wave me off, nigga. Hold on. Bitch! What you talking about? You see, when you have a motivator, that'll do it. That'll do it. That nigga really waved me off like I wasn't the shit, boy. I know I'm the shit. Shout out Ice Spice. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I can't do that one. That's too sharp. Maybe I could, but I'm not gonna risk it. All this momentum. I feel like Denny Phantom. Hold on. They know I'm black and handsome. Oh! See, normally if it hits my camera, I would be alright. I'm good though. Yeah, that's safe. It's more chalky though. Ah, damn it. Yep, that's too close. God damn it. God damn it. Hold on. What the hell? I didn't know they say that many words. I heard somebody. And like there was like complimenting them on a trick, but that shit sounded corny as fuck. I ain't even trying to hate like that. Sorry, developers. I don't know who talking in the background and like ambience, but y'all gotta kind of like, I mean, get some niggas. Or maybe they are talking just in their white voice, you know, shapeshift shit. Yeah, that's probably permeating. I gotta shut the fuck up sometime, nigga. Damn, I can't even climb this shit. It's giving me the option, but I can't execute. Fuck. Like, look, why is it saying climb from way back here? Yo, GTA would be a nightmare. I swear to God, I could have bought that for $15, but I was like, nah, I'm good. Whoa, whoa. I can't even get online. Not yet. Nah, I'm only playing this online because it's somehow free. I don't know how some games do that, some games can't. I don't know why they decide not to or some shit. I don't know. If GTA Online was free though, yeah, I'd be on that bitch. But it's not, so I'm not. Watch this. Nigga? Hello. Oh. I could have landed that if I was in the right angle. I'm pretty sure I could. Let's try it again. Nice. Oh, nigga, woo! Watch out. You came out of nowhere, like literally. NPC bot. Bot NPC. Hold up, hold up. There was some dude I saw, he was doing like power slides into a trick. He made that shit look silky smooth. It was like that, but a little bit faster. Oh God, boy. I forgot his name. I wasn't paying attention. But it was smooth though. It was like, bow. Or maybe it was a trick into a power slide. Yeah, like that. Made it look a little more real when it landed. I ain't gonna lie, that shit was clean. That shit was clean, boy. Hold up. Looking mean, boy. What's up? Hold up. Oh! Look like I'm pregnant, nigga. Hold up. Let me try that again. That ass knocked me off my game. Oh, I spawned all the way back at the other spot. Oh my gosh. Where is it? I gotta go over here. Hold on. What? Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Don't do that. Don't do that. Got it. Got it. And that was kind of over. I mean, that was like overcompensating. Hold on. Let me try that again. Nice. That shit looks so sharp. That was kind of different. It was what, the pop shove it? It was like a damn helicopter. Yeah, that shit right there with the spin, bro. That shit look crazy. Like with this, and then this, yeah, that's insane. But okay, let me try this one more time. If I don't land it, then it's not possible. Hold up. Like this. I'm gonna just set it over here. I don't want to go too fast. Alright, let's try that. Nigga, hold up, hold up. Hold up! That was a good call setting my spawn up here. I'm thinking I'm gonna get it. It's a sharp fall though. I overcompensated that time. I gotta be like right here. Right? Hold on. Yeah, I gotta like right near the line, so like right here. Right here. Guaranteed. Like, it depends how I hit that angle too, but I'm pretty sure it's like right there, right? That was too much. That was too much. Fuck, hold on. Oh! Hold on. Fuck! Fuck. Alright, let's do this one more time. Oh my God. Why can't I even execute the jump now? Fuck, but why does it do that? Like my brain, I was getting this by accident. I did it one time. I was like, cool, let me do it again. Now I'm getting progressively worse. Like, come on. Oh, that's it. Come on, come on. It's probably because I can't see the ground initially. I don't know if I'm like lined up until it's like right there. Hold on. I'm not gonna use that as an excuse. I say I got this shit. Alright, that's too much. Yeah, that's too much. It's still a slant though. It's still a slant. Either way, if I overcompensate, yeah, it's still a slant. Not as much though. This one's more sharp, so I think this would be more appropriate, to be honest. try it. Oh! Let me go around this. How about that? Maybe that's the key. Whoa, that was weird. All right, hold on. Lord, I could have at least adjusted a bit. Like, come on, it's probably not possible. It's probably not possible. They could have adjusted me a little bit. That wasn't that off. Come on now. Come on now. All right, that don't count. Watch out, big mama, watch out. Fuck. Oh my goodness. I'm about to piss myself off. I ain't even not, but I'm not even going that fast. Oh my god. I want to throw my board at him for no reason. He wasn't even in the way. Alright, let's try this. Oh shit, I just remembered. So boom, this is my theory as well. Oh, I think this is what I was trying to say earlier. Holy fuck. About, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna remember, but I feel like the way that we enter this realm is via death, you know? Anubis is the god in Egypt that watches over the dead, right? And he's the dog. You know, the canis, whatever you want to call it, the canine, and he's represented with a dog head and human body, and I feel like yeah, I can't do it. I feel like there's a connection with one, how we incarnate into this realm, who Satan is and who God really is, and I feel like, boom. Let me just get into symbology. So, in Egypt, they would wear that little thing around their head. They kind of look like how should I say, the wings of a snake. Not really the wings like they can fly, but you know, of a king cobra. They have like that little hood. Though they kind of have those head garbs in Egypt that resemble what the king cobra has, right? And in Egypt, if I'm correct, this symbolized enlightenment. This symbolized a certain amount of knowledge that one would acquire to have that, you know? You have to earn that headpiece. You can't just wear that. And I believe the serpent represents someone who is enlightened, right? That's how that symbology would be represented in Egypt. Why did I say it like that? Now, the Bible, in Genesis, there is a serpent in the garden, right, that convinces Eve, not Adam, to bite of the fruit of the tree of knowledge, or good and evil, something like that, right? I need to actually get that verbatim, so niggas be like, hey, you don't know the scripture. I know enough, nigga. Shut your bitch ass up. Anyway, the serpent, told them, Adam and Eve, or really Eve, and then she told Adam to bite of the fruit, or you will know good and evil, you will be like God, right? And I've already broke down before that, whatever, I'm gonna just keep going continuity. I'm tired of going on tangents. That was a tangent though, but he told them to bite of the fruit. She ate, then she convinced Adam, he ate, and then they became aware that they were naked. Boom, bow, they knew good and evil. And then God came back, and he was like, yo, where y'all at? And they went to hide because they was like, damn, I didn't know we were naked, so we gotta go hide, put on clothes. And then God was like, why are you guys clothed? Which is weird. This is the weirdest combo in the Bible. He's like, why y'all got clothes on? And then he was like, how did you know you were clothed? And then Adam snitches on Eve. He was like, she told me to bite of the fruit. She did it. She told me to bite of the fruit. I knew I was naked. It was her fault. So Adam snitches on Eve, like not even 1 minute, under no pressure, nigga. God just came back and asked a simple question, And then Eve blamed it on the serpent. And so the serpent was like, yeah, I did it. Yep, what you gonna do, nigga? God was like, alright, bet. I'm gonna make you crawl on your belly for all of eternity. Boom, the woman, you shall not have pain in childbirth. Boom, man, you shall now have to work to eat. You're gonna have to work for the rest of your life. And so you have to really imagine this, right? Damn, I was in the air. I was doing the caveman. What the fuck just happened? Anyways, so now, yeah, women, now they have pain when they give children, you know, creation. They give life to children. They're in pain. We have to work, you know, as a part of survival now. Even if you want to call like a job work or even hunting and gathering work, it's still work. You have to work to survive now. And like I said, people often think back to a time then, if we had a covenant with God, that there was a time before where we didn't have to work, where women didn't have to feel pain when they gave birth to babies. And I believe that's true, but I don't think it's in the way that a lot of people imagine that scenario. Like, they still think physically, right? But boom, this is why etymology is so great. Because even though I don't speak Hebrew, even though I don't speak Aramaic, I don't speak Spanish, nigga, a lot of it, you know, I say, hola, ¿cómo está? But there's a lot of languages I could learn to get a more in-depth understanding. But doing the etymology of the language we speak, I feel like is pretty enlightening enough. Not all the way, but look, here's where I'm going with this, right? So boom, the etymology of Eden. Let me look at my phone actually, just so I don't lose y'all niggas. Damn, I see 222. I'm doing the right thing, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? Shout out. The etymology of Eden: pleasure, delight, or a well-watered place. Bam. What does that have to do with anything, you might ask? The etymology of dream is joy, pleasure, gladness, or delight. So both Eden and dream, the definition of those words has the word delight in it. What does the word delight mean? Joy. Or joy means pleasure, delight, gladness, which is also the definition of Eden and also the definition of dream. So the Garden of Eden was depicting us in a dream state. A dream. Something that seems impossible, but anything is possible. I've literally had dreams when I was younger that I was Spider-Man. It was like Spider-Man 1. I was just web zipping on the air, nigga. It didn't make sense. It was defying the laws of physics. That's the dream. That's Eden. The definition of Eden is also the definition of what a dream is, if you paid attention. So I believe the Garden of Eden, where Adam and Eve were before falling, was the dream. And I believe the falling was God putting that curse on them, that they'll now feel pain, pretty much giving them a physical body. Because you don't feel like, whenever you get hurt in a dream, if you've ever fell from like a high place, or maybe like got shot even, or at least me, even getting stabbed, like in my scary dreams, you don't really feel the pain. It might feel a little fuzzy. You know what I'm saying? It might feel that's really weird too. You feel like some sensation, but it's not as intense as real life. You know, it's not as intense at all. And I feel like there's a reason for that. And I also feel like that's more of a divine representation of that verse, or of that portion of the Bible, where they go from, at least it's evident in that verse, where he puts that curse on us, that there is a time before the curse. Before women had pain in childbirth, there was a time before where there wasn't. Before we had to work for our bread every day, there was a time we were just chilling. In a dream, you could do all that. In a dream, all that makes sense. But at least every person I've heard, trying to make sense of all that being true in a physical form, there is no evidence of. But if you were to say that was a dream, everything makes sense in a dream. You could literally make the impossible make sense in a dream. So that's why I believe the Garden of Eden, at least Genesis, was depicting the dreamlike state that we fell out of. So we technically died. God killed us or at least knowledge, which is also seen as Dath or Dayat in the Kabbalah, the Tree of Life. They call it Dath, Dayat, becoming aware or lucid, Lucy, clear, bright. You know what I'm saying? That's, bro, we probably, damn, man. Because that's probably how it happens. You become lucid, it becomes real. And it's almost like something you can't really wake up out of, because that's what's real, is something that, you know, you're focusing on, you become aware of, you know? That's really crazy to say, you know? Like, now that I'm really thinking about it, oh, I can land that, hold on. Yeah, man. We became lucid, or we became aware. So I feel like God, the Most High, in Genesis, who gets mad at us becoming like God, even though Jesus says that we are like God. Ye are gods and you are all children of the Most High. So if Jesus tells us ye are gods and all children of the Most High, and then God in Genesis, before that verse is said, gets mad at us for being like God, knowing good and evil, what's up? You know what I'm saying? What's up with that? That's not a coincidence, and I don't think any scripture explains that. You could explain it maybe as a viewer if you have a rebuttal against that, but I need scripture why God is upset with us being like God. Like men. That's the only difference, is that we, you know, have a mortal existence here. But yeah, man, I feel like we were killed in the Garden of Eden due to knowledge, or that was what quote unquote caused death, you know, and we were put here. You know, this is like an interface. This body is an interface. If you watch Avatar, everybody watch Avatar. I ain't talking about The Last Airbender, nigga. And they got another one coming out soon, but I'm talking about the blue ones, the blue Avatar. If you watch that, then you know not everybody's everybody. If you believe in that type of technology to be true, which I don't believe it to be true, because I do think it is. Like, you know, we kind of use that ourselves. I wouldn't say on ourselves, but in a way, with robots, if you can program your consciousness to be expressed through a robot, like a drone, for example, and then that's all the brain is just neural patterns, neural codes. It's technically like a more organic form of wiring and code, or an algorithm, and that's what they and that's what they that's what they depict deep thinking AI as a neural network that thinks for the code that is programmed. Like, there's AI, and then there's the AI beneath the AI, which is interesting enough. They call it meta AI, which is like the one for Instagram. I don't know if they changed it because of that. I don't know. I thought that was odd though. But there's literally an AI beneath the AI, and it operates using a digital neural network, obviously, but it operates the same way as the brain does. So who's to say you can't transfer consciousness, you know? Which I feel like they do. People who have that type of money to do that, they can, which is why they never really die, you know? They just get another vessel. I feel like bodies are just a vessel, bro. And once you're gone, some people believe that's it. I don't believe once you're out of here, that's it, you know? I believe energy is transformed but never destroyed. And if you believe that's what the soul is, which it is, you know, energy, you're not going to be destroyed after you die. Only your vessel is, but your spirit can't. It's just going to transform into something else. But I feel like the key to life is to understand what happens after, you know, like upon that transition, you know, what you expect to see, like what you're programmed to view death as you're alive, is what you're probably going to see upon that. Because this is what I also talked about before. It's like you never really know when you're dreaming every night. Like, if it's so easy to dictate what's real and what's not, how do you know you're not dreaming every night, bro? Like, if it's so easy to tell what's reality and what's not, you should know you're dreaming every night. You should be able to lucid dream like it's nothing, if it's so easy to tell what's real or what's not. So upon you dying, everything you're at least led to believe, whether it's through religion or through like your own philosophy, what happens upon after you die, I feel like you should just have your own idea of what happens. because no one has ever died and be like, hey, I mean, allegedly Jesus, but he didn't even tell us. That dude just be like, yo, listen, I'm not from here. And then he floats up into the clouds, saying, which is, I think, symbologically saying that that dude was a soul, that he's not the body, but he's the soul, which is why he says you will get eternal life, because you know that you won't die with the flesh, but you will be raised to the heavens. I feel like whatever you believe in, it portrays a certain idea just like that, bro. You should have your own idea of death, bro, because I feel like there's a lot of fear behind that, and simply because there's a lot of fear behind that, people don't like to talk about death, but that's really all you're gonna be remembered for after you're dead and gone. They're gonna be like, well, damn, what did he do before he died? Oh shit, well, he was, you know, a good painter. He used to draw sometimes, but you know, he never really did it because he couldn't make money off of it. And going back to the Devil's Advocate movie, everything's about money. People do what they do for money, and they'll even compromise themselves for it, you know. So it's pretty deep, bro. I feel like just me yapping for a whole damn hour and 25 minutes, maybe more than that, is saying you choose your path. This whole place, I feel like, is a test for which route you're gonna go, whether you stay here or sink lower or you rise above this realm. Jesus literally was depicted as homeless. He wasn't explicitly homeless, but he did not have a place to lay his head. He went around the world traveling, speaking the word, speaking the truth, saying that he's not even from this world. He's just passing through, you know. He's of the Father, not of man. Even though he was born by flesh, he doesn't belong here. That's his words himself. And I feel like that's the story of all of us, you know. As it said that in Genesis, we were made from the dust of the ground, and the etymology of the word ground means abyss. The dust, you could also relate to stardust. If they say that our DNA is also found in outer space, that means that life strictly does not exist here. You know, it's crazy shit when you think about it. People don't like to relate science and religion or just philosophy, but it's all connected, and I feel like it's broken for a reason, simply so we don't have these type of epiphanies. But AI could, though. AI damn near knows everything. Like, it's obviously biased for some type of facts. If you test it, if you literally say the wrong things, I mean, not like dumbass shit like, you know, 2 + 2 = square, but which technically that is right. 4 sides, you know, damn, that's that's crazy. Yo, 2 + 2 = square, nigga. I'm gonna say that. That's crazy, but you get what I mean. Like, if you, sometimes it's not always right, but a lot of people, especially in school, if they're still in school, they're probably using AI. So a lot of people are not even thinking anymore. If AI says it, it's probably right to them. Or Google, people don't even use Google. I'm seeing Google ads now. It says, when do they do that? Everybody used to just use Google all the time. Now they're making advertisement. It's crazy. But I digress once again. People are shutting off the natural use of their quantum computer, which is their brain, and they're using something that is trying to be like it. The more questions you ask AI, the more smarter it gets, because it's learning how to respond. It's also learning how to talk, because you're giving it an example of how you ask questions, and then you're giving it the opportunity to think for itself, slowly but surely. Like, we don't get access, at least that's what they say, to the super smart AIs, I guess explicitly. But I feel like any means that you talk to any version of an AI, they make it look like it's different companies, different this, different that, but they're all talking to the same thing. If there's an AI beneath the AI, like that's literally what it says. If you type in or ask, it's crazy. If you ask AI if there's an AI beneath the AI, that's a lot of AIs. But ask AI what is beneath the AI? What is it beneath that AI? If there's an AI beneath that, and it'll tell you. It'll tell you. They called it meta AI or the deep think or the neural network. It's crazy as fuck. And then I asked, do consumers talk to this AI? And they say, oh yes, actually, without even knowing it. I was like, well, damn, shit. Because it's true. It's true. Like I said, since the internet was even on, that's whenever it came online, because we use it for everything, you know? The interface on any website, you know, that automated voice that you hear on the phone, that's AI. Shit. I can't even do simple tricks. I was doing skydives last week, bro. Come on. But everything that we use is damn near AI. Like, we don't really talk to people anymore. When it comes to like customer service needs, even like self checkouts, like I said, simple interface. even advertisements, how they work, you know, whenever you give your consent for the privacy policy, they're letting you know in that long ass 18-page list that they get the option or the right to record you in order to personalize your ads. And I even seen it on Instagram that they're using the AI to personalize advertisements on there. Like they briefly said it, which I'm glad, because I do read that shit. I'll skim through it, I ain't gonna lie. Like, I'll read the first paragraph, then I'll go to the second, but if I feel like it's getting redundant, then I'll skip to the next. But I do read that shit now. And they literally tell you, oh yeah, that's like, now they're using AI to get better ads. But I feel like they've always been doing that. I'll ask AI something. I've been using the DuckDuckGo one because they say that they don't use your personal data. But then the questions that I ask on DuckDuckGo, I start seeing ads for that, or I start seeing video suggestions. I'm like, nigga, shut up. Like, hey, you ain't confidential for shit. You selling my shit like everybody else. But, bro, this whole device I was thinking about earlier, bro, we just become overly dependent on. A lot of people don't even use they don't even trust their brain. Fuck even use it. They don't even trust their brain. They don't know how to activate their intuition because they eat all the time. People say, oh yeah, my gut feeling. Nigga, your gut is full of shit, literally. If you haven't went one day without eating, or at least half a day without eating, I'm talking about till like 3 o'clock type shit, your gut is most likely full of shit, and it's still trying to process food from a couple days ago. Like, the whole 3 meals a day thing is simply for the profit of an economy that needs to run every day. Like, you don't need to eat 3 times a day. You really don't. Animals don't even do that. Like, a gorilla, do you think that nigga's eating 3 times a day? Additionally, some people don't even have intuition, which is that gut feeling, your other brain. It's your body brain, I feel like. Like, when I was younger, I used to notice whenever I would get like scared, like I was like about to fall or something off like something really high, or I was about to like, you know, get hurt, the bottom of my soles would like start tingling. Like, that's what I feel like intuition is. Like, when you walk into a room, for example, too, you feel uncomfortable and you don't know why, but it's just like something in your body, you feel like it's just, you feel uncomfortable. You can't really sit still. You're kind of fidgeting a bit, like, still same thing, you know, you're looking around a little more. You might get a little tense in your body. Like, I noticed I kind of like either like clench my jaw, maybe my fists, I don't know, something. But it's really evident in more than just like mental cues, I guess, vocal cues. It's a lot of things that we don't really consider in terms of like, you know, how we should really operate, or even calculate scenarios, you know what I'm saying? Observe scenarios. A lot of people do it from a rational, like, you know, what they think about type shit. Like I said, what they can recall with memory. But I feel like it's a combination of that, emotional and a rational thinking mind. Is how you can really like gauge situations appropriately, you know? That's what I feel like is good to do, is practice feeling out a situation and also thinking it through as well, you know? I don't think there's a crime with that. But that's also why I feel like Eve is also the one who gave Adam the apple, because she was the one. Women are very intuitive. Women are not stupid, but they do stupid shit though. Like, they be saying stupid shit sometimes, but you know, they're not dumb. They're really smart, bro. They're really smart. And it's unfortunate the way they get portrayed in this world and the standards that they're held to, which is all a form of control, just like with man. But mainly women, they're not respected. They're not really respected. It's rare that you really find like cultures uplifting their women. You know, they do. Hopefully in the homeland they still practice that. But you know what I mean? It's just like, it's just stuff like that you got to think about, like the culture that we practice over here versus in other places. And excuse me, I feel like one, I lost my train of thought, and two, yeah, I feel like this physical realm though it's an enemy to the spirit. It's an enemy to the soul, man. If you're constantly engulfed in the physical realm and you can't see beyond it, or you can't see past it, and this is just as far as your mind or just your imagination, your desire can go, is just here, you know, material possessions, which Jesus told you to let go of and follow him. You know, if you want to be as holy as he, you need to let go of this world and follow him. You know, if You can't get past this physical world. You'll forever be trapped here, which is where I feel like this Satan figure, which likes to pretend it's God, you know, because God in the Bible has many different names. He calls himself Lord thy God. He calls himself the Elohim. He calls himself the Most High. Which one is it, nigga? God? Nigga, what you want me to call you, my dog? So I know who I'm talking to. So I know who I'm giving reverence to, you know, because that's important. It's important. Although he said we would learn the truth in a stammered tongue, or in a broken language, in a broken tongue, there's only one name still that could prevail. One name, right? You have to call him by thy name. One name would he be known by, and it's a name too that Jesus is called by, the only he knew. I even proved that's in the genetics. There's a certain people in their blood, they have a certain genetic makeup, a certain sequence in their DNA. If you're a natural person, because not everybody was made from the dust of the ground or the stardust of the abyss. Not everybody was made naturally. There's some people who can't even exist, you know, in natural climate. You know, there's some people, fuck that, who don't possess that empathy that I'm talking about. That's a key component of godhood, is possessing empathy. Because if you're not empathetic, then you evil. You know what I'm saying? You of your father the devil, nigga. On God, you have your father the devil, bitch. Fuck you. But yeah, this physical body, even, it's a trap. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pointed star, which is often what the goat is symbolized, you know, being in. Because I feel like whenever he said that we would crawl on the ground, crawl on our belly, excuse me, for the rest of our life, that it would be subject to the physical realm. We got cast down to earth, aka, you know, put here, because God was not happy of our rebellion, of the knowledge. So we died. Knowledge doth, that causes death. Wow, and that church bell hit right there. Shit, that's what caused it. Was that biting of the fruit what caused the death, you know? Which I think also is why whenever Snow White, I think she bites the apple that the witch gave her, she also goes into like a trance. I didn't even watch Snow White. I don't even know why the hell I said that. I don't even know if that's the story. Let me yell up. I'm on live. Fuck it. I'm on live, nigga. Let me see if that's the story. In the story of Snow White, did, hold up, a witch give excuse me, give her an apple that made her die? Oh shit, yes. I mean, because it's not explicit that it's an apple, you know, in the Bible, but damn, I know in a darker version of this story though, fuck, that she didn't just go to sleep. She actually died in the original story, but you know, Disney had to make it like, oh, she's just asleep, you gotta wake up with a kiss, you know. Yes, in the story of Snow White, the evil queen, who was a witch in disguise, gives Snow White a poison apple. This apple causes Snow White to fall into a deep sleep. Yeah, look at that bullshit, which is often interpreted as death. She can only be awakened by a true love's kiss. The poisoned apple is a central element in the tale, symbolizing betrayal and the dangers of vanity. Oh, I was gonna say the true love's kiss, it had to be obviously from the prince, symbolizing the unification back. You know, after we fell from the dream, we were split. You know, as the energy falls, it breaks down. You know, you come from the source into multiple versions of matter. All this shit is around you is matter. It's one thing. You just call it matter. You know what I mean? Antimatter is nothing. So all this shit is just the same thing in different form. Energy in a different form, different wave. But after we fell, we broke apart. So man and woman are two opposites, but of the same coin. So we're not the same, but we are. You know, it's like it's really weird to say. It's hard to really say it in a short way. But we were split, although we're one, and you can tell that by the polarity that we share. I was telling my brother this the other night. It was like, men are supposed to be hard, pause, but deadass, we're supposed to be hard, supposed to be tough, supposed to be brave. They're supposed to know what we want. Versus women are expected to be indecisive. Women are expected to be more, you know, timid, more worrisome, but they also care more about how they look. A guy would literally wake up and wipe his face with the same towel he wiped his balls with, you know? We don't give a fuck. We just gotta do what we gotta do. We do the routine. Women need to change it up. They need spontaneity, you know what I'm saying? It's like we're different, but we have the same needs. And those same needs, they come from a primal desire that I feel like is strictly, you know, that's in the body. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like the desire to reproduce, the desire to eat, the desire to sleep, the desire to do all these things come from the body. So it's not really real. But those like attributes of a higher mind, you know, like of wisdom, you know, like I said, of selflessness, those things that are not self-serving, I feel like those come from what we fell from, which is why it's so hard to practice those things here. Because a lot of people you're gonna run into in the world, a lot of them are self-serving, a lot of them are gluttonous. There's a lot of, I don't want to say it, but shit, fuck it. There's a lot of horny motherfuckers out now. There's a lot of hungry motherfuckers out now. Like, people don't even like to work out anymore. If you work out, shout out to you though. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to you. You know what I'm saying? Hold up. Yeah, I don't know why I do that. I gotta do this. Shout out to you though, for real. Because not everybody wanna uphold these virtues that are not even respected no more. Like, I mean, I know a lot of people say it, but like, if I say, yo, I need my girl to work out, she need to have a six-pack, or I ain't with it, somebody gonna call that fat shaming. Like, maybe I just don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to, yeah, I'm not trying to get crushed, like, deadass. That's the best way I could put it. Sometimes I want somebody who look like me. Like, everybody don't get that. Not everybody's gonna see life the same. So we shouldn't hold people to that same standard. But there are some things underlying, like I said, that we all relate to. We're all gonna get hungry. We all gonna get horny. You all gonna get tired. You're all gonna get mad. Like, there's a lot of attributes, but I feel like they're only relegated to the body, if that's the right word to use. They're only in the body. And once you transcend past this physical realm, past the body, and you start exhibiting attributes that are more selfless, you know, that are more about, you know, helping others instead of taking, you know what I mean? I feel like that's whenever you get back into true godhood, bro. Like, that's whenever you get into what we're missing. Because, excuse me, men and women are dickheads to each other nowadays. There's no one person doing what it is. Men don't approach women. A lot of them were on that Me Too, which is, you know, it happens. But women who never really went through that, you know how they like to rally behind their homegirls. So they're like, yeah, men are pigs, men are this, men are ain't shit. And then men are just kind of like, all right, damn, we gotta fall back. They ain't really fucking with it. And then now women, they got, like, it's an inverse now. Now there's a polar flip. Now women are more masculine because men are operating more feminine, because they was on that shit, like, you know what I'm saying? We don't want y'all fucking with us. We don't want y'all doing this. It's just a whole thing that's advertised on social media, I feel like. Because I feel like when I'm out in the real world, like I say, I be finding them at grocery stores. I be finding women at grocery stores. If I went to the gym, I'm pretty sure I'd find them there too. They still cool. I be asking for their number in person. Like, a lot of people, it's really sad. I used to be on the dating sites, like Tinder and shit. Not no more though. Not whenever you realize the difference and how much more of an impact you have in person versus online, you'd rather want to go in person than online, to be honest, because it's just you competing with a sea of motherfuckers online, bro. You're not really gonna have any chance. But in person, she gets to feel your vibe, gets to read your intention. And it's just a lot more, I feel like, personable whenever you do that. And it's chill shit, you know? I don't really get Me Too. I don't really get shut down. If they ain't feeling it, obviously, like, I mean, for some reason they don't tell me outright. They'll get the number, but I won't, you know what I mean? I won't hear back. So that's how I know. But they won't outright, like, you know, do it like on the movies where they're like, oh, you know, some humiliating shit, you know? Like, where they embarrass in front of the whole school, they go home crying into their pillow. No, that doesn't happen. But, you know, movies will make you think and get people subconsciously afraid of that. That's what a lot of people say, like, they don't want to be rejected. Maybe it's like, shut up, shut the fuck up. Maybe it's that blatant rejection that they're, like, afraid of, just not it going the way that they want it. But it's still, like, a program. People are afraid to talk to their other half. And not like a soulmate, but like literally their other half, the feminine nature. They got feminine nature and masculine nature divided, all because of what we see online. If you go in the real world, I even told my brother this, which I might actually practice. It's just I'm a streamer, bitch. You know what I'm saying? I be doing my shit, but if you really put your phone down for a month and you didn't pay attention to the news, you didn't pay attention to Instagram, none of that shit, and then you got back, nothing about your life would change. Even if you missed the news, even if you missed CNN, what they're talking about, even some alien fucking invasion coming next month, which is probably cap, no cap, your life would not change. You would still be clocking in, going to work, or if you're unemployed, waking up, eating food, watching YouTube. Bro, everything that you see online is literally meant to get you out of your comfort, literally meant to get you out of your flow. And it literally got us in fear for what? Nothing. But whenever shit does happen, that's to go against what I just said. Like 2020 was real as fuck. Motherfuckers really had curfews. Motherfuckers are really getting pressured, not forced, but pressured into getting medical decisions that they didn't really want. But because a lot of their privileges kept getting taken away, they're like, all right, bet, yeah, let's do this. And then it comes out years later, they're like, by the way, we couldn't release it under law, under contract. There's some shit wrong. This has some adverse effects. Yep. But contract, and they're not legally liable because I signed it whenever I got vaccinated. But bro, it sucks how they do it. You know what I'm saying? It sucks how they do it, how they get through it. You feel me? Because they'll really go to that extreme to prove a point. But like I said, this whole physical realm is a flop. This whole physical realm is a flop, nigga. You gotta rise above it. It's nice to be indulged. Like, you can enjoy it, but don't be of it, you know? Don't get yourself so engulfed that it's everything to you. Because then that's whenever you become like your father, the devil, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Get yourself in trouble, nigga. You don't want to become that. You want to rise above it. Deadass. Because only the god of death, the devil, is the ruler of this realm. But, you know, as the Most High calls himself, he's the god of the living. And if you only live here, after you die, though, is he still the god of you? Real shit, bro. That's a video ender right there, nigga. Damn, but like deadass, that's a real question. That's a real question. I'm gonna do one more trick, then I'm gonna leave. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna do a trick on this head top. You know what I mean? All these ramps. I already did all these. I'm not gonna lie. I think we gotta wait till season 2 to get some new ramps, but I'm gonna do like one more. I'm not gonna go on those swirlies. I don't even know if that got saved, to be honest. Hold on. Where'd this go? Oh, right there. Maybe. That's not high enough, though. How about this? If I do this and bust into a grind, that would be crazy. Hold up. Wait a minute. I gotta face this way. Damn. That dude tripping. Hold up. OG. You good, bro? No, he waved at me. Alright, bet. Alright. That was weird. I'm gonna try to aim this way. I gotta either aim at the tip of this or in the middle of this. But I have to jump further. So, let's see. Alright, middle it is. Middle it is. Hold up. Shit, I ain't even got enough speed to get to that. To the other one. Hold up. Yep. Alright, we're good. We're good. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Nah, that was tight, but that wasn't what I wanted. Hold up. Mic check 1 2 1 2. Alright, no. That's like in the middle. It's like, fuck. Make up your mind, boy. Come on. Yo! Hold up. Hold up. If I do this, if I pull this shit off, oh my gosh, bro. I'm the best. Hold on. I'm the fucking best, man. That's a warm up though. Hold up. I don't even count. Hold up. Ah! I'm going too far. Shit. Hold on. I gotta do a flip. Deadass. That's not even enough to do the shit. I was just gonna do a simple, like, little, you know what I'm saying? Board flip, call it. Nah, I gotta do this. Like, do a backflip or something. Come on, come on, come on. Oh! No! That was so lame, but that I did it. Oh my gosh. One more. Hold on, man. Like that, yeah, look, I don't know what the fuck that was. What kind of grab is that? I don't even like I'm grabbing the shit. Pause. I gotta do something way cooler than, like, look, what is that? A Weddle 360? Oh my gosh, what are you doing? That was, bro, I got 0 grind assist on, so that means a lot that I actually got that short. Oh shit, nigga, hold up! Never mind. Never mind, I don't mean that much. I just did it again. Okay, okay. You know what I'm saying? Repetition builds that muscle weight. Fuck. Dude, yeah, fuck. Damn it. Shit, I can't edit that shit up. Oh my gosh. Wait, whoa. Whoa. I didn't know I could go that far. Is there a rail on this? Oh my god, of course. It looked a little elevated. I was like, yo, I can land down here, but there's like a really small margin. Yo, get your car, nigga, damn. Fuck. I gotta land right here though, where I'm standing, just to get that to go. Hold up. Ah. I think that was my position. Oh my gosh, hold up. Oh, okay, alright, I can land on the ground. Hold up, I'm about to do that, I'm about to do that. Come on, come on. Damn. Oh, I gotta pull it back, that's why. I'm like, yo, I thought oh yeah. Gotcha. Yeah, like that. Do a flip though. I gotta do a flip and I gotta do that shit. It's all this shit I gotta do in the air. All at once, but I think it's gonna be worth it though. That clip gonna be immaculate, dog. Hold on. It's gonna feel like ketchup. But damn, I gotta go through like a lot more footage though. Deadass. I'm gonna do some edits on the way here. Luckily, I did that movie breakdown at the beginning though, so I could just do that first. Yeah, I could just go sequential order. It don't really matter. Cause I got a 20. I gotta delete that. I'm talking out loud. I forget. Bro, I've been recording so much now. Like so many videos offline. It's different being on live though. Deadass. Hold on. That would have been dope. I would have ended it right there. Deadass. Hold up. Hold up. Ah, fuck. What are you doing? Let me just try this one. L2. How about this? Nah, it's still doing the same shit. That's a shifty nose grab, bro. Anybody want to see that, bro? I want to see some goddamn bones breaking. You know what I'm saying? I mean that too, but they want to see like some, you know, like these. Man, I was gonna do this. Oh! I mean, I was trying to do that, like something like these too, but like I do that a lot. I do it too much actually, or not even me. Niggas online do that too much. Oh my god, shifty nose grab, bro. That's a shitty nose grab. Hold on. Come on. Ooh. Ooh. Hold up. Oh my. Yo, if I would have. Oh, I thought it was because of the way I flipped. Maybe though. Maybe still. Watch out, watch out. Sorry, love. You know I love you. No, I love you. Watch out, nigga. Oh, cause I'm squeezing both triggers. That's why. Oh my gosh, that explains it all. I'm like, yo, why is it not doing what I'm telling it? Yeah, I'm grabbing both triggers. I didn't even really. Oh, what the fuck was that? Dog, y'all seen the way he grabbed his board when my foot was still out? That shit was crazy. Probably not to y'all, but that was crazy. That shit look crazy, dog. Hold on. That shit look crazy, baby. That shit look crazy, baby. That shit look crazy, baby. Luckily they didn't see that. Luckily they didn't see that, young shit. I'm like Johnny Bravo and I ain't playing. Hold up. Hold up, let me try that. Hold up, one more time. Watch out. I got it. Ah. Damn, how the fuck do they do that? Oh, one more. Oh shit! Oh shit! Oh shit! It's all about that timing. Gotcha. Nah, alright. I can't hit it like at too far of an angle on my board. It's gonna think I'm bailing. Oh, what the hell was that? A Benny Hana? I don't even know what the hell that's called. I just hopped over them stairs though. Hold on. That shit's a Benny Hana. Hey, I just fucking mail. Hana. What's up? Nah, I know you ain't no fine shit, but you know what I'm saying? I still might tap. You feel me? Let me stop, boy. That is a whole man. I take that back. I can't even joke like that. That ass. Oh my goodness. I just did it for the content. You know what I'm saying? That's what I mean. Niggas compromise. They say, look, see the way his voice sound? But look at that. Oh god. Yeah. Alright, let me chill out. Niggas think I'm serious. Take out everything I said just to click that part up. That ass. Let me stop. You don't wanna be the one proud. So don't want. What the fuck is that? You don't wanna be the one proud. Oh, that's how I do it. Oh shit. Okay, I'm tweaking. So don't wanna be the one proud. There we go. There we go. Okay. So don't wanna be the one proud. That's bro. Watch out! Watch out! Watch out! You in the fucking way! God damn! Sit on the bit one. That would have been so hard. Do I gotta like do a damn? What else I gotta be doing? Shit. Oh wait. Too much. That's hard. Not hard enough. Bitch, look at that. Alright. Now I don't want to land. You feel me? Somebody whistled. I know they whistling at me, you know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna whistle just because I said that. Oh my god. I'm not gonna lie, if I would have landed that Cadillac in the butt crack, that would have been a slogan forevermore in the future. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Cadillac in the butt crack. Hold up. That felt good. I just didn't have enough speed. Cadillac in the butt crack, nigga. Fuck, maybe that's a curse. Alright, take it back. Butt crack in the Cadillac. How about that? You know what I'm saying? In reverse, you feel me? Butt crack in the Cadillac it is, nigga. You saw that. You saw it here first, nigga. Saw it here first. You know what I'm saying? That's a blessing, not a curse, nigga. At least the reverse, but yeah. That's tight. That's a good stream ender right there. Fuck, I was trying to hold on. I gotta do it now. Keep it going. Continuity. Continuity is the key, right? Look at that. Ah. They ain't never seen that. Ah, hold up. And I got the hippie jump down too, nigga. Hold up. That ass stunting on him. Wait, one more time. I think I got it down. I'm over here talking shit. Damn, I'm all goofy though, right? God, come on, give me that. Wait, I did get it down. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I gotta time that bitch. Hold up. On God, I got it. On God, I got it. No, I'm looking crazy. Honking horn at me. I'm gonna smash your window, bitch. Watch out. I know I'm in the road. Hold up. Watch out. Nah, I gotta time that bitch so. I think it's after I hit the ground. Hold on, man. Ooh. That was smooth, though. Hold up. Let me try that. Ah. What the fuck, man? Yeah, I got to hit the ground, though. Say it first, though. Pop glitch, Nick. Alright, whoa. A stale tuck knee? What does that mean? What the hell is that? What does that mean? Hold on, man. Hold up. Run that back. Hold up. What does that mean? A stale tuck knee? A double ground? Yeah, just get your bitch ass out of here, nigga. Oh! Thank you, Ja. Oh, that was God that ran me over? I got you. Hallelujah. You know what I'm saying? Bitch. Watch out. I need that. I need that song. Radio shit, you feel me? What you trying to do? Oh, he just going down the hill. Alright, bet. Goofy ass boy. Watch out. How come like every time I lane that I get ran over though? You know what I'm saying? That's a sign. I'm not moving either, bitch. You got to go around. Oh, alright, bet. Am I bored with it? Alright, bet. Alright, bet. I try to stand on 10, you feel me? They're trying to let me know when, yeah. Hey, man. Alright, I'm done. I got nothing else to talk about. I don't know what else to say. I talked about all the stuff I was thinking about. Fuck. All the stuff I was researching. And the movie that I watched. Yeah, man. I think, this is a good place to call it. Especially for a stream back. And normally, whenever I come back, you know what I'm saying? my endurance would be low, but this is pretty good though. 2 hours. I think the last time I returned, like with a stream, it was like only 1. So yeah, this is double that. You feel me? I might be live tomorrow. We'll see how that goes. It's only Thursday. Yeah, I might be live tomorrow. We'll see, or even later. We'll see. It won't be this game. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Look at my board though. Hold up. Let me see if I can drop that bitch. Hold up. Drop it like you mean it. Let me see that shit. I gotta just fall off my board maybe. If I drop it, it ain't gonna do it. I gotta just feel like this. You feel me? You feel me? I just want y'all to see the bottom of the board though. It's the art. Yeah, look at that. Let me get that camera on it. Watch out. Oh, and this nigga did not just do that. Look at that. It's like that skull. I could just go on the menu, but that should look hard though, don't it? I don't know why I got it like that, but it's just that centerpiece right there with the art going with the skull. It's like, I don't know. It's kind of sus now that I think about it, but it's like, I don't know, a piece of energy dripping off his tongue. All right, I'm done. That's it. It left something dripping off the tongue. Like, I don't know. I ain't gonna. All right, I'm done. I'm finished. Fuck.